Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, man.
It is picked off by the line. Darius Slay's got it. Coming back right side, 25. Picks up a block at the 30. Darius at the 40.
Drink it in, drink it in. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, man.
Rolls to the right. Stafford throws deep. Got a man out there. End zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Marvin Jones.
Stafford! Drink it in, drink it in.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Cornbread.
Stafford! Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid, what's going on, everybody? Friday, Grifka's favorite day of the week. We are back in the building. We were here on Wednesday. We talked about football being back. Well, kind of. It was preseason game 1. The Lions played absolutely nobody. Everybody, especially Grifka, everybody took the Grifka approach, let's put it that way, and freaked out, told me that the season was over. They didn't have any depth. They couldn't compete. And I looked them all in the face and said, we didn't play one impact player. It was preseason game 1. Calm down. Don't jump out the windows. We're back here. The team's in Houston. We're recording a little bit earlier in the week, but we are looking forward to this game over the weekend. So preseason game 2, hopefully we'll see some of those impact starters, at least for a little bit, even though we want to keep them healthy. Grifka, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Oh, man, TGIF. I mean, getting ready for the weekend, looking forward to this game on Saturday. Actually, I'm excited to watch this one.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm glad they're down in Houston having those really, inner squads again with a lot of heat and against I like the Houston Texans as a football team, so I think that's going to be a good test for the boys. But like I say, if you didn't hear our Wednesday show, go back, listen to our takes, but also you got to go back and listen at the end. Conrad from Huntsville, Alabama called in. Roll Tide, baby. And he gave Grifka a piece of his mind, had some things to say, and Grifka gave it back to him. It's quite the epic moment on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Go back and check that out, no doubt about it. And here we are talking Lions football. So what the heck's going on, Grifka, as we lead into game 2 here?
Yeah, just a quick question for you. I was thinking about it after we talked on Wednesday about the injuries that hit the team. The Lions, they signed Curse in the offseason, and it was kind of penciled in as the number 4 guy. Remember that guy at training camp? I was thinking about this later, that was actually screaming for him to come over to sign something for him, like his autograph. And
Jermaine!
Yeah, we're like, we looked at each other and go, what? We're like, out of all the guys out there, that's the guy you want to come over? So maybe he knew him, he was a family friend, something like that. But my question is, with Curse, obviously going to be out for a while. Who would you like to be the next man up? Is there somebody you're kind of penciling in, for him? Who would you like to see kind of take his place?
It's a tough one, Grifka. Like I said, I was a big Curse fan when he came in. Feel bad about his injury. But, I mean, I think it opens opportunities for a couple people. Like, I'm just trying to think out loud. Like, we have quite a few receivers on the roster. I know there's some people, Frank Ribble, who love Lacey. They think he's going to be the guy, because of what he brings on special teams, and he's yoked out of his mind, and he, is just kind of a gritty football player. I mean, I could see him having a role on the team, but when it comes to filling that 4-5 receiver role, I mean, I think it might go to Brandon Powell. Oh, wait, hold on. Brandon Powell. I feel like Powell, he ended the season good last year. He was a guy that, has some run and catch ability, decent college career, and they kept him around. So I think they're going to lean towards somebody that not only has done at least something, but has been around this team a little bit longer than, the rookie Travis Fulgham, who I really like. So I'd say maybe a guy like that slides into that role when it comes to kind of receiving and doing a couple other things, because Powell can kick return and bring some other things to the table. But I think that it might actually open up a couple slots, because I could see this team keeping, 5 or 6 receivers, just based on how these guys all shake out, what they can bring on all types of different levels of the team. So, Powell and Fulgham would kind of be my guys that I think need to step up and probably have a better opportunity now with Curse. Unfortunately, like I said, I know we brought it up, and again, shout out to him as a bad injury, and hope he's recovers well. So that's my my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I like your take on Powell. I hate to agree with you on that. You know that, but I like his speed and space. I think he can do a lot. I think he's pretty shifty, and just even at the end of last year, the few things that he did show, Lions fans, I think he can, really, really help his team. But Frank, I'm also with you, man. I mean, Chris Lacey, he's another guy. He's got experience, been around the block for, he knows how to be a pro. I don't think it would take him that long to get up to speed with the offense and do what needs to be done. Plus, like Derek mentioned, he also plays special teams. So, I mean, I think those are the two guys that would be really competing for the spot. Once again, sorry, Curse, I think that really, really hurt our wide receiver depth right there. I mean, that's, you run those four wide that they're playing, and that's, really four formidable guys that the defenses would have to pay attention to. So, I mean, I think there's a drop-off with either Powell or Lacey in there as opposed to Curse. But if I had to choose one right now, Frank, I'm on your side, man. I'm going to be looking at Lacey as well, unless Powell starts to show a little more here in the preseason. But right now, I think Matt Pat and the offense is going to go with a guy who's got more experience than Lacey. So that's who the guy I'd be thinking right now.
Now, Grifka, hold on. I got a couple comebacks. So first of all, are you kissing up to Frank because of how Conrad called you out and called out all your bullcrap, or is there something else going on there? Because I think you're trying to get on a couple of the fans' good sides after Conrad took it to you.
Nah, man, it's okay. I just kind of feel that way. And once again, I know Frank knows where to find me. You can hit me up on Twitter at @GrifkaDKC, which he's done in the past. So
cheap plug.
Hey, man, he knows where to find me. It's cool. Hey, he's more than welcome to call on the line, too, and drop, or text us at 989-272-3484. You can do that as well. Frank knows how to find us. But, no, I mean...
He does.
And me and Frank have debated on Twitter before, so I'm not trying to get on his good side. I appreciate his point of view is all I'm saying.
All right, here's another quick thing. So last show, you gave me the okay to do a tribute, really, out of respect to Jermaine Kearse, David Caruso. Do I have respect to do it one more time, out of respect?
Is it the same pun as last time, or did you get a new one this time?
I don't know. Go with the same one again. Why not? We talked about him.
Okay, go ahead, Jermaine Kearse. How you feel about him?
Well, Griff, based on that injury, I guess you could say Jermaine is cursed. Now, Jermaine, that is out of respect and out of absolute, man, the Detroit Koolaid Cast respects you and hopes that you recover well. So when you get a Caruso, that's actually a really good thing, We just want the people to know that. So that injury was cursed and was tough. So.
And I just want to let you know that pun did not age better with hours that we put in between that. So I just want to let you know.
Oh, come on. That was a good. All right, I work on my Carusos. I guarantee people thought that was good. I was a little slow on the button with the music. I'm doing about 10 million things here, but come on. Is cursed is good.
Yeah. Yes, I did. It ages about as well as apple cider vinegar there. So, okay.
Nobody knows what that means.
How wine turns to vinegar. I mean, after time. I mean, jeez, man. Why don't you crack a book once in a while? Gosh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
This is all common knowledge stuff I spit out, and you're totally blindsided by all of this. Were you homeschooled by trolls or wolves or something? I mean, what?
Grifka, we've had quite a bit of pushback on your Washingtons in the South, your comments on Mason-Dixon line, calling out people for mobile homes, talking about pilgrims. I mean, we get lots of comments on the show. I just don't forward them all to you.
Yeah, that's okay, though. Like I said, I'm not going to dumb down because we have a very smart audience, okay? I've said it before, say it again.
All right, what else is going on with the Lions now that we had a little fun?
Well, I guess my biggest thing is, once again, I know I had it last week, but my kids were over. Okay, there's my soapbox right there. I don't get this. I'm, like you said, it's a preseason game. I'm standing on my soapbox now, and I realize that, it's a lot of backups and stuff, but why are fans booing? I mean, it's a preseason game, okay? First of all, we're Lions fans, okay? We're not trying to be Eagles fans, that boo like the color of the grass, or if there's like, slightly raining and, we're not shaking our fist at a full moon or something like that, I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're educated fans. Yeah, we know it wasn't the greatest thing. It's a preseason game, okay? Fans booing over that. Come on. I mean, just, let's put this in perspective here, okay? If this is happening, they're getting their tail kicked, week one, to Kyler Murray in Arizona, fine. I understand that, okay? But still, you're playing your backups. You're going as ultra vanilla as possible. You don't want to get people hurt, even though people got hurt. Don't boo, okay? That's just, come on. Once again, we're not Eagles fans. We're not like Eagles fans are so educated. No, they're not. They're morons. We're not morons, okay? Stop shaking your fist at the sun. Stop, telling, Bears fan to get off your lawn. We're not that, okay? We're educated fans. Take it for what's worth. It's a grain of salt. None of our major players got hurt, so just calm down. Do you have anything to say about that, Derek?
Oh, my goodness, Grifka, I'm only going to give you one bell for those 18 OKs that you use because I don't want to, just totally disturb all my neighbors, but here you go. The Grifka OK is a classic bit on the show, but Grifka, the other thing that's so funny is that you bring this up, like that you're this fan that is just Mr. Rational, Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collected. Again, I think we brought it up previously that you're the first guy when it's 1 minute and 20 seconds into the game and one bad flag comes out or the Lions make some mishap. What do you think pops on my phone? You complaining, you saying the game is over, you saying this team's not good enough. Like you're boo guy, you're boo over nothing guy, and now you're yelling at that guy.
I'm not boo preseason game guy. I'm not boo preseason game guy. Okay. I mean, I'm not that guy. Okay, you're right. When bad stuff, it's like, come on, you're better than this, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that. But I'm not boo at the preseason. That's what my soapbox tirade was about. Okay, let's not get it. If they're getting their tail kicked, at home against, the Packers and they're playing bad, fine, boo, go ahead. It's a regular season game. I get that. But don't boo in a meaningless preseason game as the team's walking off the field at halftime, okay? Give me a break, okay? I'm not that guy.
Oh, I got to do another bell for the other 18 OKs right there. Grifka, out of respect for my man Conrad from Huntsville, I'll drop this.
Roll Tide, baby.
I think he would call you in this circumstance a waffle maker, because this is you picking and choosing when it's okay to be critical, when it's not. Okay, now you're the guy that doesn't boo in preseason, but you complain for 30 minutes about the Lions after you call them 12-4. This doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm the guy that tells people take it easy, no big deal, team will be fine. You're the guy on the show that freaks out about everything. Don't you know that?
Yeah, but I'm not booing at a preseason game. That's my point.
Okay, congratulations. Now, when I don't answer you in week 1 and when something goes bad, it's because I blocked you from my phone because I can't take it anymore.
That's fine. I can live with that. But that's okay. You can still find me on Twitter at GrifkaDKC, just like you know.
Cheap plug.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. If it's cheap, it's me.
You said it, not me. Okay, yep. What else we got?
Well, let's do this. I just want to touch base about the game, but how about we take a break here and hear from our sponsors really quick? You cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it. But before we go to the break, I really want everybody to check out this Reality Sports Online. They've been a great sponsor on the show. It's the best fantasy platform out there, in my opinion. You can do a small league, you can do a big league. It doesn't take any more time. It's super fun. You can use promo code Koolaid, all one word, lowercase, get a savings discount when you visit their site. It's basically fantasy football with contracts. They're easy to manage. It's basically fantasy football with the actual NFL budget. And like I say, it's easy, it's fun. You guys check it out. So check them out, and please listen to our sponsors. It really helps our show when you listen through those ads, as well as go visit the Spotifys, go check out Anchor Podcasts, go visit realitysportsonline.com. I mean, can't speak enough for our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without them. So Grifka, we'll go to them now. We'll be right back.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Baker's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Baker's worth it every time. Baker's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
What's going on, Detroit Koolaid listeners? By now, most of you have probably heard of Reality Sports Online, the most powerful fantasy sports platform where owners get to build and manage their fantasy team just like an NFL general manager. But the question is, have you tried it? It's time to go see what all the buzz in the Dynasty community is all about. I'm talking free agency, multi-year contracts, a rookie draft, multi-team trades, franchise tags, contract extensions, first-round rookie options, automated contract and salary cap functionality, and much, much more. Think it sounds complicated? It's not. The best thing about Reality Sports Online Fantasy Front Office is it doesn't take any more time than a standard league. It just requires more strategy. Think you're among the fantasy elite? Well, this is the platform to test your mettle. Still not sure? You can test out your general manager skills for free in a mock free agency auction. If you like what you see, use promo code Koolaid, one word lowercase, promo code Koolaid, to receive a 10% discount on your team or league today. Fantasy just got real at realitysportsonline.com. Everybody, we're back in the house. Grifka is going to tee us up for preseason week number 2. The Lions down in Houston going against the Texans. What do you got at Grifka, DKC?
Hey, thanks for the plug. I appreciate it. I guess my question is, none of the starters played, in week 1. The offensive line played, but they played just for a couple series before they got pulled. And I'm interested to see, what'll happen, in game 2. How long do you think Matt Pat's going to play the starters? I'm assuming he's got to play them at some point before game 3, where that's like your dress rehearsal. Are we thinking maybe just a couple series, maybe a quarter? How long would you like to see like Matt Stafford and the first team out there for?
That's a good question, Grifka. I've really been thinking about it. I think the new age NFL is just, don't play your guys. It's really, there's absolutely no point. These guys play enough football. Basically a lot of football is just done in the classroom anyway. So, why are you sending these guys out there for hits and for this and for that? So, even if we don't like it as fans, that's a new way of doing it. So I think on Saturday night, you'd be lucky to get the starters come out on the field. Maybe they have a drive. If they move right down the football field, score a touchdown, hopefully like a good throw by Stafford, or maybe a big or a short run from Carry-On, and just get off the field. Because if they look great and they score, that's going to be it. If they don't, I could see a series or two after that. But I don't think you're going to see much. These coaches don't seem interested really at all of putting their guys at risk. It's just such a big and violent game now that anything can happen, and why risk it? But if you're talking to me, like if I'm the coach, I'm much more a proponent of, every rep's valuable. And hey, you can go out there and get hurt on anything. You could walk across the street and fall over. You could do something at your home. You could be in practice and slip wrong and twist up your knee. To me, lots of things can happen. So people thinking that they're just going to always put people in bubble wrap. And this is my big argument, Grifka. Tell me if you agree with this. Like I always told people, what's the difference if you rip your knee off in preseason game 2 or week 1 or week 4? It's still not good. I don't really care. People say, well, at least then it happened in a regular season game. Okay, you still got hurt, right? And you still got hurt early in the season. To me, if you get hurt in preseason game 1 or 2 or week 1, makes no difference to me. It's the same thing.
I guess the only positive would be if you ripped your knee up in preseason game 1 or 2 is that you'd have a little more time to find a replacement and get them some reps before the regular season. That's the only thing I could see. I don't even think that's like really, a great, like, hey, that's the positive. I mean, that would be really the only positive I could see coming of that. But, you're right. If a guy's out there and he tears it up, on, running a play on, in the first quarter of, preseason game 2 or first quarter of the first game, I mean, it's still a major injury. That's going to keep a guy out for a while. And just like I said, the only positive is that somebody else can take some more reps in the preseason, get some more work. So, but along those lines, every offense has its bread and butter plays. So if, to pretty much, piggyback on your idea, if the Lions run those plays, they go down and score, I think even a 3 points, they're not going to play, more than that one series. But if it's a quick 3 and out where, guys are, the route was run wrong or a block was missed here or there or something, it just looked really choppy and really bad, they may be out there for 2 series. I can't see one of those things where if the defense is out there and Houston, is kind of marching down the field and they have the ball for an extended period amount of time where, the Lions don't get their third possession until the beginning of the second quarter. I can't see Stafford and the first team going out there for that. So 1, maybe 2 drives, depending on how that first drive looks. As for the defense, kind of thinking the same thing. I don't think of those guys with any nicks and dings. Those guys aren't going to play at all. But they're going to be out there probably. I would have to say the starters may be out there for probably maybe almost the whole first quarter, and then maybe not into the second. But I think they really need to start to get their feet wet, get those hits before game 3, where they obviously play into the third quarter. But starting offense, maybe a drive or 2. Defense, probably the first quarter is what I would like to see.
So pretty much what I said.
Yeah, kind of, but you were more along the lines of you just don't want nobody to get hurt and you want everybody to look good. So okay.
No, Grifka, I said that's what the NFL is doing. If I had my druthers, I'd like to see them play like a quarter in the first game, a half, 3 quarters, and then maybe nothing in the fourth game. But that's not what NFL does anymore. So like your 1980s football that you love, that's not what they do anymore. I was trying to educate you on that.
Well, I realize you're a Lions fan, so that's what you would like to see out of the Lions. But, if you were a Browns fan, you would like to see Baker Mayfield the whole game because he's so energetic and, you really like him. So, you wish he was the Lions quarterback. So that's what I take from all that.
And I know you're going to try to move on quickly, Grifka, but you brought up a person that is going to be a staple on this show, even though he's not a Lions player, and that's Baker Mayfield. And since you brought him up, and because you brought him on other shows and took a couple cheap shots, I now have this gem on the soundboard that we'll be using, I don't know, maybe from now until he goes into Canton, and it goes a little something like this.
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker! Yeah, I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
Mark it down, everybody. There's the Grifka quote. Can never take that back. This is what I love about the show, Grifka, because for years you got away with all this garbage where you'd call me up and tell me this guy was no good, tell me you knew this, that, and the other. Now it's all on record. So when Baker Mayfield's making Pro Bowls, when he's taking his team deep to the playoffs, when he's wearing a gold jacket, are you going to just love it that I can always just, I don't know, play this?
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker. Yeah. I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
Mark it down, everybody. So what do you think about that, Jim? Now you can't get away with all the stupid crap you say.
What I like about it is for all the times that you say you go out on a limb on like, oh, this guy's going on a limb. I actually went out on a limb on one of the most favored guys in the NFL. So I'm going against the grain on everything. This guy's going to get calls because like, oh, gosh, they love him. Oh, gosh, he's great. But when he really sucks, I'll, Vince Young style, fine. Good. Yeah, then you can keep playing that. And the only time he's going to get into Canton is if he's going to go tour it. He's only going to wear a gold jacket if he buys one at Men's Warehouse. And the only thing I really see him entering and Canton is Canton, Michigan, when he goes to IKEA to buy some furniture. Okay, and then he has to put it together himself. Okay, that's okay. He won't be able to read those directions either because he doesn't know how to read a defense. Okay, so yeah, Baker sucks. Okay.
All right. Well, real quick, we're gonna get back to Lions talk, but I'm glad you brought all that up too. And my favorite part again, I love bringing this up on twice on already on this show. That's classic Grifka waffle maker garbage right there. Because you know what he did, people? He took a big take, which again he thinks he believes, but then he sort of backed it up with, all right, see, Oakley, what I did is I went against the grain for once, so he covers himself on both sides. Then he like gives the player credit. Oh, he's a really hyped player. He kind of covers himself on all bases and then takes a couple more pot shots. This is what Grifka does. If you haven't caught on, he kind of covers his backside on both sides so that he can always say, well, I was just taking a risk on him.
I always think he'll suck, no matter what. I don't care if he's like, I don't care when he's up there getting introduced by, old man ODB in his one catch and introducing him to the Hall of Fame. I'll still think he sucks. Okay, that's what I was to it, I mean, you want to talk about guys in the Hall of Fame? What's that?
The difference is you'll be wrong, and then you'll have an excuse saying, but Oakley, I tried to go against everybody else. I mean, everybody knew he was good. That's how you cover yourself.
No, not everybody thinks he's good. I think he gets a lot of hype. There's a difference. He's Johnny Manziel hype. He's no substance. He's all sizzle, no steak. Big deal. That's what he is. Okay.
Oh man, I love it. Okay, we got all this on audio as well as the great drop that will be forever on the podcast.
You probably like Johnny Manziel as well because he would like rub his fingers together like, give me the money. Yeah, that's all you were because you suck too, Johnny Manziel. Okay, and I knew that crap a long time ago too. Same with Baker. Baker sucks too. Okay, so there we go.
Anybody that knows football knows they're totally different people. But let's get back to the Lions.
Well, of course they're totally different people. They're not clones. Duh. Yeah, gosh, it's not Clark Kent, Superman. Yeah, they're totally different people. Duh. Good point there, Derek. Mr. Captain Obvious. Good job. Okay.
Grifka, when they say that.
Can we get back to talk about the Lions and not your second favorite team, your real favorite team, the Cleveland Browns, that has your, one man catch wide receiver and some, overhyped quarterback? And can we get back? Can we get back to our loved Lions, or? We just want to continue to talk about your favorite team, the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, go ahead. I just was telling the people that we've got stuff in perpetuity now that you cannot be the waffle maker that you've claimed to be and flip-flop and fly. And hey, wow, you had a good take. You had an aggressive take for once. Good job. Too bad it's going to backfire on your ass.
You won't have to worry about me waffling. Yeah, maybe he is good. No, he'll always be like, my intake will be like, he still sucks, okay? He still sucks. Okay, on to the next question.
All right, that's awesome. I can't wait. That's gonna be your downfall right there, Griff, because that take right there, that's the worst. Anyway, let's go back.
Yeah,
well, what else we got to talk about today?
Says you. Okay, so my next question to you is after we saw some of the backups, not have that great of games, is there somebody that you believe that needs to really start kind of showing something that you thought maybe make a little bit of more of an impact on the team that didn't have a great first game that you would like to see, maybe kind of take a couple steps forward in this game against Houston?
Hold on. Before I get to that, one more last quick shout out about our previous topic to Arthur on Twitter, who told me that he can't hear the name Baker Mayfield normal now. All he hears in his ears when he sees the guy's name on TV is Baker Mayfield. Okay, that was the last one. But Grifka, I'm not going back to this game one. When you talk about guys that need to step up, yeah, I've got some names for you, but I take basically 0 away from preseason game 1. Now, game 2, I'm going to have some takes on, not only because people will play more, but it's closer to the season, and I expect to see a little bit more. But, nobody needs to step up from preseason game 1. Now, people that could step up in general are, who is going to actually be that number 2 corner. I mean, I was listening recently and people talking about the Arizona Cardinals are going to run 4 wide receivers and a tight end basically all day. I mean, I feel like we got 2 corners. I don't know if we got those other 2 that are ready to rock and roll to cover lots of good wideouts for the Arizona Cardinals week 1. So I'd like to see that step up. And again, I don't even know who it's going to be because my boy AO has not stepped up yet, and Melvin's really not that great. So, we've got some work to do there. As far as other spots that could step up, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll throw it on your boy. I mean, I think now that Theo's gone, instead of Ty Johnson being where I'd slot him, which is like a 3rd, 4th, even 5th type running back that has some speed, he's going to have to make an impact on this football team. So, okay, you had a nice little 8-yard run to start the football game. Like, be curious to see what else he does if he gets more, pun intended, run in this game, because we're going to need him. We're also going to need some of these depth receivers to add a little something. Now, do they have to be incredible? No, but what is Powell, Fulgham going to bring? I don't know, but they've got to bring something. So those are some names I throw out. And again, we haven't even seen this defense. Like, if anybody can hang their head on anything, I mean, it's our starters on defense. So when you're talking about backups that need to step up, like, we stay healthy, we're going to be rolling out these beasts in the defensive line and have skill players that, I don't know that you're going to see a ton from some of these second, third type guys. So, those are a couple names, but just wait till we get September, man. We'll be ready to roll.
Yeah, I think really the only name I'm more worried about right now is who's going to be the backup quarterback. I mean, Josh Johnson, I'd like to see him. I know you kind of you put your spin on him last week. Oh, he's got, he can run a little bit. He's journeyman. It shouldn't take him too long to pick up the offense. He knows how to be a pro. I'd like to see him play, just to see exactly, if he can be the guy in case, Matt Stafford does go down, if he can put productive drives together. Because I think me and you are both in agreement that David Fales, he's not that great, So, besides, the best he looked is when he was running across the practice field to go sign autographs. So, he didn't look great in that first game. So that would be the guy I'm really interested to see, because it might be one of those things where if he doesn't look good, the Lions might have to go back out, try a few more guys, bring in somebody else. So Josh Johnson's the guy I want to see him get a number of reps, pick up the offense relatively quickly, and put some drives together, even with like the second and third teamers. Another group is the backup offensive line, who's going to step up. Obviously, like we said, all those guys aren't going to make the team, but I'd like to see Crosby have a better game than what he had against the Patriots. And if he's not going to be your swing guy, I know they always Andrew Donald, he was around. He might be your guy. So looking kind of like at those guys right now, just in case if one of the tackles goes down, who's going to be the swing tackle right now? Those would be the guys I'd be thinking about right now.
Now, Grifka, before you move on, did you really just, like, this is the Friday show, so we got to do this gimmick for the people, but it's honest here. Did you really? I mean, is that a real answer that you just gave?
Yeah.
You went on and on about the backup quarterback and backup O lineman. That's your biggest people that need to step up. Like, how's the backup QB going to step up if the front guy doesn't get hurt? Like, he's going to hold a clipboard all year. You're worried about that? And then the backup left guard or center. I mean, I think we got some other concerns other than those guys.
I'm going to be worried. I would like to see our depth, considering that was one thing. There's like a lot of people talking about how good our depth is. We have more depth than what we've had in past years. You've said that on the back line. One thing we were talking about was like you thought this was one of the most teams that had depth that you can remember as a Lions fan. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering who's going to be on this team to say like, yeah, if X person goes down, we got this guy in waiting. As before, it's just like, oh gosh, I hope nobody gets hurt, because all of our starters are good or decent and everybody else behind them sucks. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can say that, but yeah, I'm interested in that. So for somebody who likes to put teams together as a fake general manager in fantasy football, I'm surprised you're not more worried about that, considering your starters aren't going to play that long anyway. So, okay. Oh, okay, good. I can live with that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I guess maybe I misinterpreted your question about people that need to step up just this week or in general, because, I mean, okay, maybe you would see a flash from a backup QB now, but if you're going into the season going, man, I really hope our backup QB is good, I mean, that just seems like a backwards way of thinking, because the guy isn't going to play unless your stud is hurt. I don't know that I'm worried about the backup center until, if we had a major injury, which is just, yeah, you got to have depth, but I mean, why worry about that when you got no number 2 corner and you're looking for another linebacker that's going to play every snap or majority of snaps? Isn't that more
Well,
concerning in general?
did you want me to give you the exact same answer that you gave? Because every time I do that, I'll be like, Griff, didn't you just give me my answer? So, yeah, I went a little more depth and talked about other positions. So I guess if you want me to rewind my answer, yes, I'm really worried about the number 2 cornerback because, AO hasn't looked that good, and we don't know who's going to quite be over there. So I'm kind of worried about that. And plus, maybe like who's going to be like the second or third running back. My boy Ty Johnson, I'd like to see a little more out of him. And, like,
So hold on, we
take the
fast
spot?
forward that answer, and then I get to say this. So basically, what I just said.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Ring the bell.
people love it when we do that. Anyway, like you say, preseason game 2, I agree with you. Some of those backups may be important, but not come regular season. So we'll see what happens. But like Jalen Reeves-Maybin's another guy I would throw out. He's been getting a lot of pub, and he was a guy I liked coming out of college. So it's good to kind of hear some good things about him. And I figured he was just off the team, but now he may be that run hit coverage type linebacker that, yeah, he's not going to start, but they can play him in packages and he could be good. So he's another name I'd throw out there.
Okay. Okay. I just have one more question for you. I mean, I know you said you went to the game and you had some really good seats. And while you were there, was there anybody that, even late in the game, I'm not quite for sure, when you left, you never really told me that, or how much you really, really watched. Was there anybody on the field that kind of surprised you a little more than, what you expected out of them? You're like, hey, this player's maybe a little better in this first game than what I thought. Okay, that's a no.
That's what Ford Field was, and that's what my brain was doing, trying to watch that game, sitting 10 rows off the field with the greatest of all time, drinking Gatorade over there, a bunch of crickets. I mean, again, Grifka, I love football. I love backups. I love roster building. I love the draft. I love everything. That was just kind of an unwatchable football game on so many levels, and a game that, yeah, it was unwatchable and was bad, but I did not walk away from that game going, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be a rough season. Like, it was just NFL preseason week 1 to me. That's all it was. So crickets on my answer there, not really. And like I say, I think we'll have some really good takes week 2 and 3. But I mean, it all matters what happens when they kick it off. So I don't really want to highlight anybody, to be honest. We've kind of hit on a few things before, but I mean, week 2, that's kind of what we're talking about the Texans. So I think that, in this game, a couple people that I highlighted for both fantasy purposes or just on the team in general is, yeah, man, if Hawk, Galladay, and Kerryon get some run out there, I'd love to see some splash plays from those guys. I know Hawk, one of the times we were right there, he ran a big seam route right up the middle, got past this guy, but didn't get the football. So that's the kind of route we like to see run and caught, in a game like this, a couple glimpses here or there to kind of justify what we think we have. But like I say, the other side of the coin is if you don't show it, people might sleep on some of these players. They might think, Kenny Galladay is okay. And then maybe he just comes and has an absolute beast of a season. That's another way to approach it. So I think in week 2, you'd be looking for those type of offensive players. And on defense, like, I know we probably won't, but I'm just so curious to see Trey Flowers in the uniform. I want to just see him in the Lions jersey. I want to see him come off the ball on a couple plays or hold the edge or whatever and just say, okay, yep, that's the guy that I thought we had. So, I mean, those are just some names for the Houston game that I'm kind of looking forward to just seeing on the field, in the jersey, in this offense and defense, and getting ready to roll for real football in September there against that little midget down in Arizona.
Ooh, okay. I guess I really didn't prepare anybody for that answer, simply because I was wondering if you had seen any surprises that game 1. So, but I did. One thing I'd really like to take on Trey Flowers, I would like to see him, at least get a couple snaps in that game, just to start getting some, hits against him, as opposed to, waiting for game 3. It seems like those. It seems like when that happens, where guys don't play a whole lot in the preseason, or held out of the games for nicks and dings, that when the season does roll around, it just seems like they get injured a little quicker, and that's not what I want to see. So, that's all I got.
Wow.
Right there. I'm glad you appreciated my take like that. And once again, you know, I know Conrad, I know you're listening, buddy. So don't take anything personal. You know, I really hope that
Roll
the
Tide,
wheels don't fall off
baby.
the trailer. I really hope the wheels don't fall off the trailer, and that you're able to call back into that awesome call line at 989-272-3484. So
Roll
once
Tide,
again,
baby.
that's right, man. Roll Tide. I'm sure he's looking forward to their first game against Sisters of the Deep South, and that football game where
Roll Tide, baby.
Now we listen to how great Alabama is when they're beating up on Southwest Texas, Northeast Oklahoma State, so before they get into the very tough overrated SEC schedule.
Now, we aren't going to talk about it now. We won't talk about it much on the Koolaid Cast, but again, me and Grifka are big Michigan fans, and I think I can speak for Grifka that I don't even still know how I sort of fell into it, but my whole life as a fan, I've never had a chance and even really thought about going to the game, the Michigan Wolverines against that team from down south. But sure enough, your boy Oakery, I came through with 2 tickets, and who's the first guy I turned to? Good old Grifsky, and asked him if he wanted to go down to Ann Arbor for that football game. So me and Grifka will be in the house for the game, the only game that really matters in college football. Super pumped about that. So we'll talk about that before it goes down there in November. But really excited for that. College football really right around the corner, only a couple weeks, and then the NFL right after that. So can't wait, man.
Yeah, just to piggyback on the game, I'm so glad a whole university that prides themselves on being like a university, like we're smart. They're trying to trademark a word, the. Oh, okay, guys, congratulations. You're trademarking like pretty much the first word of every sentence in the English language. Congratulations, guys. You guys are really smart. Yeah, okay, the. Yeah, okay, the. I'm trademarking the word is, okay? Can we do that?
Grifka, anytime I hear anything about that team down south, I mean, this is all I hear in my head.
Well, la-di frickin' da!
Oh, you guys are going to trademark the word the.
Well, la-di frickin' da!
No one cares. Get out of here. Can't wait to beat your tail when me and Grifka are sitting there live in person with everything on the line this November. It's going to be great.
Wait. I want to trademark a conjunction, actually. So I'm actually going to trademark the word and, okay? I'm going to force everybody to use commas, okay? And is going to be my word, okay? And.
Drink it in, man.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad we brought that up because that is ridiculous. But like I say, Grifka, you better bring the heavy lumber for that football game as well as our road trip to Green Bay, or I'm gonna have issues with you. So this will be it's our dream football season right here, buddy. Me and you, we usually only go to one Lions game a year. This year we're making the trek to a couple Lions games, Turkey Day, road trip to Green Bay, and then the game to end the season. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You owe me big, buddy.
Yeah, I'm almost wanting to go road trip to Green Bay to Cleveland for any game, just so the whole game I can sit there and scream, Baker sucks! Baker sucks! And I know I went, he's the greatest quarterback we've had since Bernie Kosar. Shut up. He sucks. I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker! Yeah, I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
All right, Grifka, you got anything else Lions? Because I don't want to go off on you again for that horrible take.
Nope.
Everybody, thank you so much. We are looking forward to preseason game 2 about as much as we can. Hopefully we see some good glimpses for our Lions. If not, don't get worried. They're going to be ready to rock and roll in Arizona and coming home to play the Chargers early in the season. So looking forward to this football season a ton, and you'll be talking about it right here, all season long, all off season long, right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Pack the bag, start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions. Drink it in, man.